Outside of that, we did a few other things. It's neither here nor there. The one thing that I want to talk about is this vet visit. All right, I'm pretty upset. Let's explain what happened. All right, so for the record, Jasper Kitty is not sick. All right, he's perfectly healthy. He has nothing wrong with him at all right now. He was going in for his yearly checkup, and he was going in to get his rabies vaccine follow-up. Okay. Now, I don't know how the rabies vaccine works. That's on the doctor to explain it to you, right? But I was under the understanding that he was going to probably need his rabies vaccine follow-up, but we had scheduled him just for a checkup, and we figured while we're there, we'll get everything done, right? So, here's the thing, all right? We've taken Jasper to this vet for 3 straight years. The first year, they were still at the end of COVID. So back then, everyone was still wearing masks here in Washington State, and you couldn't go in anywhere. It was like, oh, God. It's like everyone has to have a fucking hazmat suit on. So, oh, my goodness, here's Jasper. Oh, sorry, sir, you can't go back there with him. We'll take him into our sterile room, and we'll examine him ourselves, and we'll tell you the findings. It was like, what the hell is this? Stupid COVID was so bad, and everyone was so afraid. Here in Washington was one of the worst. We were like some of the worst afraid states there were. So you couldn't do anything, right? Now, the good news is last year, all right, all that was finally over with. No more masks, no more being afraid. So last year, we took Jasper to this same vet in the summer. We were allowed to go into the exam room with him. And here's the thing about Jasper, okay? Jasper Kitty absolutely hates being in the carrier. Whenever he's in that carrier, he's very upset and nervous. If he's in the car, he's panting and he's meowing. He's just afraid. He hates the carrier for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if he had a traumatic experience in his past, but he hates the carrier. When he's out of the carrier, he is perfectly fine. So to give you an example, last year, they allowed us into an exam room, so we opened the carrier. He comes out in the exam room. He's having a blast. He's crawling on the desk. He's jumping all around. He's having fun. He actually enjoyed his vet visit last year because, for the first time since COVID ended, you could go in the exam room. He was allowed to run around, have free reign. Had a great time, okay? And it was great. So I remember last year, the vet examined him, explained everything that the vet had found. They said he was a little bit on the overweight side. We need to cut down on his food, which we've done in the last year. All right, the good news is he lost some weight in this last year. And a few other observations, whatever. But that was great. And by the way, it was quick. Like I remember last year, we basically waited in the waiting room maybe 10 minutes, got right into our room, our exam room. That was maybe like a 10-minute wait. Vet came in, exam, done. We were out within like 40 minutes. The whole visit was done. It was awesome. And we were on with our day. Okay? So here's what happens this year. Okay? So, I know. You already know what's going to happen. You already know it's going to be some fucking bullshit rigmarole, right? You ready for this? Okay. We show up early. We actually showed up 15 minutes early because we were hoping that if we showed up early, maybe we could get in exactly when our appointment was and we could get out early to do the rest of the stuff we needed to do during the day because we had a very busy day planned. So, first of all, we show up early, okay? And I'm not kidding you. This is what they tell us at the front desk. Oh, you're early? Well, we can't check you in until it's time for your appointment. What? Yeah, we're not allowed to check you in until it's time exactly for your appointment. So, you're just stuck. You came for no reason. Just sit here in the lobby. Great. Well, Jasper hates being in this carrier, and now he's stuck in the carrier for extra time because they don't care that we're there early. They just wait. All right, fine. So we wait, and then when it's time for our appointment, we check in. Okay. We then wait in the lobby for about another 10 to 15 minutes. So apparently they weren't ready regardless. And then a tech comes out. And the tech comes out and says, oh, you were early. I swear to God, this is what the tech says. She goes, oh, you were early. Well, the vet is late. Still on lunch. Stutters her words, like cuts herself off and changes what she was saying mid-sentence. Still at lunch. So obviously, the tech inadvertently admitted to us that the vet was late for work. Okay? So we can't get you in yet. You have to wait in the lobby, and once the vet is back from lunch, we'll let you in. But our appointment is at this time, and the vet's not here? Okay, so what is going on? Now, in the meantime, other people are coming in with their pets. there was someone who came in with 2 chihuahuas. They were let in within 5 minutes into an exam room, and you could hear the doctor over there examining and dealing with the chihuahuas, having a great time in the room. Another person comes in with a cat and a carrier. They're allowed right into an exam room. It's only us that are stuck in this lobby waiting with Jasper and his carrier. Now, if you add up the time, it's been over a half an hour he's sitting here in his carrier in the lobby, and we're not even allowed in yet. So finally, you know, the tech is there, and I'm like, well, how long are we going to wait? What is going on? So the tech says, all right, we're going to take him in. The tech takes Jasper in, but not us. What? So now Jasper's in there by himself without us in the room, and we're not allowed to come in. Why not? The people with the chihuahuas are in the room. The woman with the other cat just went into the room. Why can't we go in? No, you stay in the lobby. Okay? All right. So they take Jasper in. 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. I timed it. 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, they take Jasper back out and hand it back to us in the carrier. And I'm like, did you do anything? Did you examine? Don't worry. The vet will be right with you. We wait another 20 minutes. So now Jasper has been in his carrier over an hour, and it's not even clear if they examined him or not. We don't know what happened yet. Okay? So now we've been there an hour. Finally, a woman who they... Oh, I'm the vet. You should have seen this woman. All right? She comes out. First of all, everyone else that's working there has their like, nurse/tech garb on, so you can tell they work there. It says the name of the vet. This woman comes out in gray sweat clothes. It looks like she literally just came in off the street, maybe from jogging. I'm not sure. Her hair, you can literally tell she was late for work because her hair is dripping wet. You could tell what happened is she came in and just quickly brushed or combed her hair with water before she came out to the lobby. It literally had just been combed because it was wet as shit, right? So she comes out not dressed for work with wet hair. Okay. So, is that Jasper? Wait, what? You're the vet. Didn't you just examine him? Oh, is that Jasper? Okay, so here's what we found. Okay? So, here's what the vet says. First of all, well, has he ever had blood work? And I'm like, you work here. He's been here for 3 years. You don't know if he's had blood work yet. So I said, no, he hasn't had blood work. He's never had a reason to have blood work. I never had a serious illness or whatever. So, you know, he never had that, you know. So he's here for his exam and his rabies vaccine, right? So they said, okay, well, you know, we think he should have blood work. Why? Well, you know, it's a routine thing for these cats. Every few years they should have blood work. It's a way to check for diseases. It's a way to check for this or that. I'm like, all right, so let's be real here. Let's talk cost. What do I owe you now? And what am I going to owe you if we have blood work? Okay? So he goes, well, for the exam and the rabies vaccine today, it's $109. Okay? But if we do the blood work, it's $450. What? And I was like, $450? But there's nothing wrong with him. Why do I want you to do $350 blood test? Right? But this vet is actually like hard selling me on getting this blood test. Like, he's not sick. You know? And she kept pushing it. She's like, no, really, I'm telling you, I'm recommending you should do. I was like, we're not doing the blood test. All right? This is ridiculous. Like, we're not doing this blood test. He came here for one thing. This is absolutely ridiculous. So, by the way, at this point, we don't even know if he received his vaccine or anything. This vet told us nothing. So the vet says, all right, well, I'll be back. And goes into the back and disappears, I shit you not, for another 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And then comes back again. Well, never comes back. We never saw the vet again. If that even was the vet. I don't know. There was nothing on the person to say they were the vet. Okay? Finally, the vet tech comes out again. So now we've been here almost 90 minutes. Jasper's been in this carrier, and he's very upset. He hates being in the carrier, and he's been in here for 90 minutes. By the way, we weren't allowed into the room. If he even saw a room, I don't even fucking know, right? I have no clue. And, What you want to talk about a night and day experience? Last year, they're nice, they're kind. Within 20 minutes, we're in an exam room. Jasper's out of the character. He's out of the carrier. He's playing. He's enjoying himself. He's having a good time, right? He gets his vaccine, which is quick. We're out of there within 40 minutes. We're 90 minutes into yesterday's visit, and we don't even know what's happened yet. I was ready to walk out. Kat was very upset. She's like, I want to get out of here. This is absolutely ridiculous. I said, if they don't come within 5 more minutes, we're leaving. And then they can figure out how to bill us. Because I've had enough of this. This is fucking ridiculous. How we're being treated, right? So, finally, the vet tech comes out again, not the vet, and says, all right, we're all set. I said, what do you mean we're all set? Well, we're ready to go. What do you mean you're ready to go? Did he get his vaccine? Oh, yeah, when we brought him back before, we examined him, we got him his vaccine, he's good to go. You didn't tell us. We've been sitting here an hour and a half. You never even told us that you did that, right? So I go up to the front, and I pay for the exam of the vaccine, and they give me that tag that says that he's been vaccinated or whatever. And they hand me a ton of paperwork. Now, I don't know what any of this paperwork is, okay? I wouldn't know until I have a chance to read it. And I said, we got Jasper home. We had a ton of shit to do. We had to go grocery shopping. We had to do a ton of stuff. So later that night, all right, I come home, and it's time. Let's read the paperwork. It's like 8, 9 p.m. now, right? So I start reading the paperwork. And on the paperwork, all of a sudden, it says all this shit on the paperwork that this vet never told us about. All right? Number one, it explains the whole vaccination process. It says last year he got his first dose. This year's the booster. Now that he got the booster, he doesn't need a rabies vaccine for 3 more years. So we don't have to worry about getting him back to the vet for his vaccine next summer. It's taken care of. Cool. We got 3 years to wait till 2026. Did the vet tell us that? No. Never explained. Another thing, and this really got me, okay? There's something on there that we absolutely should have known. The vet didn't tell us. It says, Jasper is starting to show early signs of a little bit of dental plaque. Now, it's early. What you can do is you can do, like dental treats. You buy cat dental treats and things, and it'll actually start cleaning their teeth nicely. And as long as you do it regularly, it should not be a problem at all. He should be good, all right? But it even says on there, some cats, it doesn't actually help, using the dental treats, and long term they might need to get tooth cleanings, all right? So keep an eye on it. The vet didn't fucking say that at all. Now, after the vet appointment, during our day out, we went to the pet store and we actually bought Jasper things. We could have bought him the dental treats, but we didn't know we needed to get them because the vet didn't fucking say anything. Okay? So literally we went to the vet for an hour and a half. Jasper was seen for 5 minutes, and literally the vet told us none of the information that we should have known while we were there, and expected us to just figure it out later by reading this giant stack of fucking paperwork that they gave us to go home with. Okay? So, after that, we're like, we are not going back to this vet. And it's a shame, because we actually had a great experience with this vet last year. We thought the vet was great. Now that COVID was over and you're able to go into the exam rooms with your pet again, we had a great time. He had a great time. I have pictures on my phone of Jasper having a blast at the vet last year. I'm not even kidding. Let's see if I can find it. Gotta go all the way back here. Hold on. Almost. It's Christmas. Here it is. Here's Jasper at the vet last year when they let him into the exam room and he was chilling on the counter. He's having fun. He had a great time. Not in the carrier the whole time. That was August of 2022. This year, it's like a completely different fucking place. Like, what happens to these places? How is it that in a year, they completely changed their entire process? Why did everyone else around us get to go into a room with their pet, but not us? Why were we rushed in and out for 5-minute exam, but kept there for 90 minutes? Why was the vet late? Because that's the truth. But the problem is, I think, here's what I really think happened. The vet is basically, we got the worst vet in the place, right? They were already late for work, so we had to wait extra just for the vet to show up. And then when they showed up, it was a rush job. Oh, he's just here for his yearly exam. All right, get him in quick. Let's do this fast. Okay, we're done. On to the next. Well, they're still here. Oh, shit, I gotta go out there and talk to them. Oh, man. Oh, and I gotta do my hair. And runs out in the sweat clothes. Hey, everyone. So just so you know, by the way, let's upsell on a $300 blood test. And let's try to scam the fucking poor people out of $300 that we definitely don't need to spend, but they're being idiots about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I made like no money on this visit today, so let's try to upsell them to make profit, right? It's exactly what it was. A $300 fucking blood test, you know? Like, are you out of your mind? So, we're not going back. We're done, you know? And it's sad because, like I said, last year, it was completely different. I felt like it was a great vet a year ago. And then somehow this all changed, you know, in the last year, and now it's a completely different business. Like, I would never go back there after that. That was such a horrible experience, right? So, yeah, so that's it. So anyway, that was our experience, and it sucked because, you know, this is something that we were hoping would be under an hour. All in all, with that taking so long and the driving, it was over 2 hours out of our day, and now we were way behind. So we didn't actually get to do everything that we were supposed to do or wanted to do yesterday. You know, we got maybe half the stuff that we wanted to do. We had a lot of things lined up, and we're like, well, we're too tired. We don't have time to do it. What are you going to do, right? So it is what it is. You know, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that that's how we were treated after having such a great experience last year. Out here, there's a lot of competition for pet health care. There's a ton of vets. There's a ton of these places. So why they think they're going to do well in an environment when you have direct competition literally right around the corner, I don't get. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens moving forward. Hopefully, we find a better one, you know. The ex-Mata says, do you ever thought to ask them why the visit went like that? Yeah, it's called customer feedback, which you're supposed to give after your visit. Oh, we're going to give it to them. Don't get me wrong. There's no we're going to give them the feedback that they deserve, and they're going to understand why we're not ever going there ever again after being treated like that, you know? The point is, it doesn't matter why. The fact that it happened is bad enough. I don't care. Oh, it was an extenuating circumstance. Well, I don't want to be your extenuating circumstance. I want to go somewhere where I'm treated like everyone else, not that we're the ones sitting in the waiting room for 90 minutes while everyone else got to go into a room, and we just sit here with our cat and our carrier for that time, and you don't do anything, and you want to upsell me on a $350 blood test. Like, get the fuck out of here. So, yeah, that's that. And, you know, they'll get our feedback, and it is what it is. It sucked. It sucks to even have to talk about it, but, you know, something to vent about, something to tell you, want to know about what happened on my day off. That's what happened on my day off, okay? All right, let's talk about today. Let's talk about the schedule, okay? So, someone literally said the entitlement. Wow, you're a fucking idiot. You think that a consumer be asking to be treated like all the other consumers in the same business and getting the money, you're getting what they pay for, getting a good experience, especially when there's competition in the area, you think that's entitlement. No, you're an asshole. You're a complete idiot. Go fuck yourself. I mean, it's a pretty dumb statement, don't you think? That's like you say, you go into a restaurant, a table of 4, you all order the same deal, 3 of you get your food at the same time, and it's all great quality. You have to wait an extra half hour to get your food, and when the food comes out, it's all fucked up, and then they want to charge you more for it than everybody else. But if you complain, that's entitlement. Wow. You people on the internet are real smart when you say shit like that, right? Oh, and by the way, one other thing I should say, you could get something called pet insurance. That also is pretty inexpensive. And for, you know, a little bit a month, basically what they do is they cost up to a certain level of medical cost, etc. And we have that for him. So, you know, a few bucks a month. If something goes horribly wrong and we have to end up paying thousands of dollars of medical bills, the insurance will cover up to a certain amount. We'll cover the whole thing, of course not. But as long as you can prove that it was some kind of a weird circumstance that happened, the pet insurance will usually cover it. And that way you don't have insane amounts of cost out of nowhere that you can't afford. And I'll be very honest here as well. My parents are pet lovers. They're cat lovers. They have multiple cats. And, you know, talking with them when we got Jasper, they said, yeah, more than likely if anything went horribly wrong, they would be able to help out a little bit. You know, don't worry about, oh, God, if something happens, now you can't afford it or something like that. They would be able to, you know, at least do a little bit to help out. So there you go.